two different songs that we couldn't play in a whole, and we kind of wove it into this new tapestry, which we all really started to like a lot. And as it was coming together, it started making me think that it was telling this story, this old story, which I will tell you if it's not past your bedtimes. So there were these two brothers who came up very poor, and one of them moved away, became rich, and got himself a very big castle with a big moat and lots of nice things to put in it, like robes of Egyptian cotton, bathrobes, and nice linen towels, gold and silver bars. I don't know, what do rich people put in their houses? I'm not rich enough. Baskets of wicker balls. Baskets of wicker balls. Oh, a pool table, a rec room, a movie projector.
A freezer in the garage.
A freezer in the garage. And some of those little mini fridges that don't actually cool your drinks. Refrigerators that look like cabinetry. Thank you. I'm getting lots of comments from. And shout out for John McRae, our sound. Who's in my ears been on the road. And John Forsman, who does our lights. So anyways, this brother who some call Dives, he had his rich person's house and castle, and he gathered many rich friends and courtiers that he liked to dine with. And on one such occasion, they were all dining together, and a servant came to him and said, your brother Lazarus is here, and his brother's name is Lazarus. And Lazarus was at the door, at the gate of the castle, outside the wall. And he had stayed poor, he had not gotten rich. And he was not in good shape. His body was covered in sores. He had some sort of terminal illness. But all he wanted to do was stay for the night with his brother and eat with him, because he was not long for this world. But when Dives heard this, he said, you are no brother of mine, Lazarus. And he told the servant to set the dogs on him. And I know, right? He wanted to drive him away, but the dog ended up, it was strange, he just ended up licking the sores on Lazarus's feet. It actually kind of helped. It was kind of like a ball to calm him. But it didn't help that much because Lazarus still died. But as soon as he died, an angel came and took him to heaven. What could be better than that? And he not only got taken to heaven, but right to the throne of God. You could see the whole expanse of the heavenly realms, and God kind of beckoning him into the kingdom. But all Lazarus has to say is, what about Dives? What about my brother? And God says, you care about that sinner who is destined to hell for what he did to you, when I gave you the entire expanse of heaven? But Lazarus is dismayed when he hears that that Dives is going to hell. And he begs God for any different fate, or he even wants to go to hell in order to be with his brother. And God says, well, if you forgive him, if you forgive him, Lazarus, then I will not condemn him. But he has to accept your forgiveness, and he has to give up all that he possesses on earth. Because right now, the devil has still got him. He's got him in the form of all of these things that he has, and all of these mini fridges, and all of these fine Egyptian linens and towels, and that freezer in the garage. It's no good. It's no good. So they start to devise a plan to have Dives let go of all his things, And they do it in this way. They set a great cataclysm upon the earth, and it shakes the castle, and a great fire as well, and it burns the castle, and all of his friends and courtiers go running, scurrying away. And Dives has the opportunity to escape as well, and they really want him to, but he doesn't. He's too attached to that freezer in the garage, so he runs deeper and deeper into the castle. He's just gathering his things in his hands, trying to save as much as he can. And don't do this, by the way, if you're on a plane, you know they say, don't take your belongings with you in the event of a crash. Listen to them. So Dives never listened to the flight attendants on a flight, and he's not listening now. So he's gathering all his stuff, and eventually the walls crumble around him. He's crushed under these walls and under this massive pile of stuff that he's accumulated, and it's crushing him to death. And Lazarus sees this from heaven, and in a last-ditch effort, he comes down to earth and starts digging with his bare hands, Dives out of his stuff, and Dives in such a dazed, confused state that he's clinging as tightly as he can, and every time his brother pulls something out of his hands, it's like a death to him. He feels such intense pain throughout his body. But as each little death happens, he slowly starts to come to some sort of consciousness, and he slowly starts to recognize who it is that has come to save him. And so with that, we give you our final song of the night, which we've just been calling finale behind the scenes. But let's call it the story of Dives.